All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Reader. So this is a viewer request video, and I'll be honest, this is an interesting group, okay? Especially the first two. I'm not too familiar with either of them, but they both very much have my attention for Monday morning, all right? And then Vroom is definitely one that I was loving for a quick minute, right? Vroom is actually at a very, very critical point right now, so we'll talk about all that. So from what I'm hearing, and I would love some extra info from the team, right? But it sounds like the one that we're looking at now, RBT has some sort of Palantir connection, okay? And again, Palantir's been crushing it. I actually just found out in the comments that Palantir earnings are going to come out again soon. A connection to a strong stock is important. It really, really is, all right? PGY, Peggy. I have no idea what that stock is, but dude, that stock is sitting on the border of a very, very hardcore gap fill potential. So I'm really, really glad that one came my way. And then again, Vroom, like I said, it is literally sitting on a make or break line. I think Monday is actually going to be a really loud day, whether it's up or down. That's what we'll talk about. But I actually see a significant move happening on Monday. So before we go any further, though, what are we going to do today? Same thing we always do, right? We'll take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how this thing is setting up short term. We have our 5 moving averages. I've actually never done this stock before, so I will draw some horizontal support and resistance lines. And then when we are done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please subscribe to this channel, share this video on the internet, comment good or bad. Look, anything you can do really does help me out with these YouTube algorithms. Actually, sharing the thing actually is the best thing you can do, but for real, just being here and giving me your time is super, super appreciated, all right? So let's get into it. And RBT, there are some interesting things happening here, okay? Look, first and foremost, I talk about this often. Spacing between moving averages is actually a really important thing for me because these are hard to break. So hey, if we can at least just go from here to here, hopefully it's a good little gap that'll make you a lot of money. All right, and look, since breaking this at 55, we've come up to that's almost a 50% climb from this. You know what I mean? So the fact that the spacing was this good is a great thing. Because hey, even if we don't get to it, dude, even getting halfway or 2/3 of the way is still a beautiful, beautiful profit, right? So in some ways, don't take away from that, okay? The big thing here, and look, I would really appreciate if someone could give me a little bit info in the comments, okay? So from what I'm seeing, it sounds like Palantir owns some shares in RBT. I think that's how I read it, okay? And unless it's something else, let me know. But I don't think that they're actually like partnering together or anything like that, okay? So that said, look, number one, if it's tied to Palantir, a stock that actually just covered yesterday and was extremely bullish on, hey, being tied to a strong stock is a very good thing. Okay, regardless if it's real or fake, it's a good thing, I promise you. At least it's good until someone calls out the fact that it's BS. All right, that's I think the important thing. If you can time your in and out, that's literally buy the rumor, sell the news. The rumor is this has something to do with Palantir. Gobble, 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 give me all those shares. Once someone says, hey, I don't think so, the news is now real and you got to unload, right? So just think of something like that. Look, from there on a technical side, again, break the 50, go to the 100, break the 100, go to this, right? So we break the 50, we've come to the 100, we cool off so well that we don't even come back down here. We actually use the 8 to hold. And where are we to that? Yeah, we're above that. Like, this is going to want to come here. It really is. Like, there's a lot of reason to believe this is coming to 99. I for sure see the 81 RSI. I do think that's a little high, but look, this thing was sitting at 85, 83, 80. Like, this thing has been living in the high 80s, and I'm kind of seeing it kind of pop back up again. Like, yeah, I see green over red. That's a good full candle. The high of the day and the close of the day, same number. We're over this as well. Like, this thing's going to want to go up. Maybe it doesn't go that high. It only comes up to here, 86. Still, you're adding a little bit more than 10 cents. That's well over a 10% move. You know what I mean? So there's a lot to like here. And again, in a lot of ways, you can put your target up here at 117, the 200 moving average. Why? Because again, break the 100, go to the 2. That's how this should work, right? So a lot to like. Oh, man. And then, oh, damn. Okay. I didn't know that this was just a D-SPAC that went wrong. There's no other way of saying it, right? I'll put that here. Man, I don't know if I want this or if I want this. Or maybe even this. Okay, I'm going to take that. I'm going to take it from here. I think these are my lines right now, okay? This thing can go crazy if it breaks 223. I'm just sharded through this one in the comments. I'm real glad you dropped this one on the table, man. This one's and just wait for Peggy. Wait for Peggy, okay? I'm telling you. But yeah, I like this a lot. I can see why there's interest. And again, look, I don't know if the Palantir. Oh yeah, look at that. This pretty much lines up real well with my 172. What is this 50 moving average actually at? It's at 158. And look, there is nothing but red till actually 123. Man, I like this. This is a must watch for Monday, for sure. For sure. Look, I also think this one might be a little bit of a, it's okay to be patient. All right. This broke the weekly too. That's not good confirmation, but that's a good hold. All right. There's a chance it comes back down to here, maybe 61 cents. All right. I don't think it's coming down here. I think 54 is a dream. I think there's a shot that it comes to like, yeah, 65 to 61, give or take maybe. But really, this thing, oh man, like what do you even set an alert? I think you set, what did you do after hours? Did you keep going? I would set the alert for 77 cents. Again, I can't do it. I got to delete some alerts. I got some homework to do, but 77 cents I think is the alert here. I like RBT for sure. PGY, so someone actually went to my website and sent me an email. I'll be honest, I don't get too many of those, but I love it. So obviously there's a lot of good happening, okay? And this is actually the view I saw of PGY, Pagaya Technologies, all right? Before, you know, I've never seen this stock. I saw the 3 letters. I was like, all right, let me give my analysis. Hey, there's some stuff going. Then, you know, I don't know this stock, so let me zoom out. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, like this is one of the silliest charts I think I've ever seen. And the good thing is, silly is a positive thing for us right now. All right. So look, this thing IPOs right here and just for whatever reason crashes, then does this just like wild up and then some hardcore drops, right? So just right away, there's so much like gap fill city. And look, we're basically there. So I didn't choose this line, not because I knew it, not because I knew that we were there, but really, sorry, I zoomed the wrong way. What I liked about that one was basically it's the top and bottom, right? Like that was a 2-point connection versus just taking the simple low and calling it a day. You know what I mean? So it looks like I'm a little higher, but again, we're not here for perfect. Good enough will do us really well. Listen, if this breaks 275, all right, this can go crazy. All right, there is nothing but nothingness in green right here. The next line I would basically draw would be here. And truth be told, like the next real line I would draw, I guess would be that, then that. Because this, it's like, you know, I mean, I think maybe it would be this for a 50% candle and then maybe that for another 50% candle, but that's a plateau and that's a real plateau, right? Like there's not a lot between $2 and change and $11 and change. This right here is some silliness, okay? That's a beautiful 8 going up. This thing has actually never, like, it lost it here, I guess you could say, but it's been well above the 8, never even needing to use the 20 to bounce all month. All right, like I said, it kind of does it right here. The 20 holds it for a few days actually, and then bounces up until it could get over the 200 moving average, right? But we are over all five. 8's going up, 20's going up, 50's going up, 100's going up. 100 just golden cross this thing, right? Like obviously that was a golden cross not too long ago, but man, Peggy, volume is just really nicely going up. I'm telling you, I like this stock. I don't know. I'm so glad this one got emailed my way. I'm telling you. Look at this weekly. All right. Look at where we're at. We are over the 50 moving average. This is a brand new 50 line. Like these are not 50 more candles to where we think the 100's coming soon. Like there are so many weeks coming before we get a 100 line. Let me just click here. You can see there are only 3, 8, 20, and 50, and we are well over the 50 on the weekly. This thing is actually kind of saying, if you can confirm for me, we're going to go. Look, that's a really high RSI. I think it's in the 94s, right? So what is this line at? Maybe we come back down to 230. That's a maybe. But again, there's some silliness happening here, all right? And again, I think silliness is a good silliness for us if you know how to get your money in and out at the right times, right? But I very much believe, as much as it can go up quickly, it will die quickly, right? So again, set your plan. Don't get too greedy. I'm going to draw a couple more lines just to make sure people don't get too greedy. All right, that's going to be my, like, nothing's financial advice, but I think these are the tiers up. I think these are the tiers up that matter. There's not a lot of history here though, so really this thing can go crazy. PGY, I am really interested in PGY. Okay, vroom. Listen, I was honest. I had $7 dreams on vroom. I really did. I just thought that this thing was going to break this little insignificant of a nothing plateau. It was looking so good and just gap fill hard. Instead, we do fail it and we come back down, but look what's happening so far. The 20 moving average is doing this. These two are like brother and sister. You know what I mean? Like when they hate you, you can't get over one or both. And if one slips, the other one's going to stop it, right? Like you just can't get over both for the life. And maybe one for a bit, but not both. You know what I mean? That's now the case, but in the better way. You can't lose this line. You can't lose it for the life of it. And you know what? When you do, you'll hit the 20 and then hopefully you should go back up, right? So that's what we're looking for on Monday. We must get back over the 8 moving average. And truth be told, if this thing can get over, you can make a couple different arguments. You can say this 235 line. You can say like this 250 line. If you can get back over 250, we might be trying to go back to 293, and then after that 3, like I said, it's $7 dreams, right? So this was a really high RSI, all right? And it's really funny that the RSI kind of was going down as this was going up. Obviously, you can see the MACD was going up. It's now interesting that the MACD is slipping and going down, right? So this is not good. This is not good, and actually these are not good. So excuse me, maybe these 3 are actually saying, you know what? I don't think the 20 is going to hold. I think we're falling. And the problem with the fall, I don't know. Where's this 185 line coming from? I guess it's a little bit of, I don't think that's a strong line. I don't. And the problem is there is no real, like maybe this is something, but that's a hard drop. That's even below the 50. Damn, you might be coming down to the 50 right here. Hopefully this can hold. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't like these indicators. I really don't. I think that's a bad MACD. Obviously, it's still in the positive, but it's definitely wanting to go. And look, you can see it. Price very much follows MACD. It's going up. As this goes up, this starts to go down. We start to slip, right? I don't think it's following the RSI as much, but I thought that this 20 spot was going to be a good bounce up. I'm actually a little afraid now that I'm looking. I think I always say 80% of the work is up here. So just see what actually happens matters. See where this closes. Don't get faked out. This might open up here and then drop. That's a very real thing. You know, where this closes is super important. But where are we on the weekly? Man, this is a good weekly. It is. But that's a really high 90 RSI. We might be needing a little bit of a cool down. And again, the problem is if we're going to cool down to the 8, we're talking about coming down at 160s, which is a pretty hard drop from this. I don't think we'd go down that low, but damn, yeah, I think we might come to 185 because that's a pretty hard line actually right here on the weekly. I think 185 is actually realistic. You'd still technically be bullish if you fell down to what? Oh no, you wouldn't. You got to hold this. That's a tough one. It's a tough one here. Again, watch what happens. Overall, the weekly's going to need to come. Yeah, I think the moral of the story is Vroom is about to calm down. I think it's about to cool down. It's sad because that does mean it looks like it's going to slip below the 20. But that could be good. You know, if you're not in right now and you're ready to get back in, you might be able to get some shares. But I actually think I am bearish here. I don't think that 20 moving average is going to hold. I actually don't like these three indicators, and I actually don't like this weekly that much either. Yeah, I see that that's in the positive, and yeah, I actually see better volume than not volume, but I don't like this doji. I don't like this 90 RSI, and like I said, I didn't like these daily ones. So I think Monday loses the 20. That's my guess. I might be wrong here. I might be looking at the wrong indicators and not giving this 20 moving average enough credit that actually hasn't done anything in the last 2 months, so it's super strong and fresh. I might be wrong. I think it's losing it. We'll see. So let me know your opinions. Otherwise, as always, hey, thank you.